All right. How's everybody doing? Double We're
Doing
playing
horrible.
all of the Horizons that I have before 5 releases. I just kind of wanted to, for one, content. For two, I actually did have an idea and a reason to do this. I'm here with Mr. Nobody here, who has had all of the Horizons, so he'll give us a little bit of insight as well.
Yeah,
Because I
boy.
never had one, surprisingly, even though I had, even though I live where it's set. But it's probably still the worst map, just 'cause it's so old.
It's a horrible map, but that's from a game from like 2009, is it?
No, 2012?
Still,
2012.
that game's
It's the last
almost,
Forza game that was on the old generation of
That
consoles.
game's almost 10 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, what can you really expect? It's not
Oh,
going to be
God.
comparable to the new
It's also the
games.
first of its kind, so Horizon hadn't really gotten its footing yet. You know?
It was very revolutionary, and that's why it was
Yeah.
great, and why we are able to enjoy the new games.
Yeah, even
Without
if the
it,
new games are
we
still. I
wouldn't
mean,
be around.
to be honest, the new games aren't even really that good. There's just no better alternatives.
Well, yeah, if
Like, they're
if,
still
like, if
missing
the crew
so
was
much
better,
shit. But, like, what choice do you have?
yeah, if the crew was better, then that would obviously. I mean, the crew's got a good
Okay.
base, but it's just not. They didn't pull it off, in my opinion.
Yeah,
They could have done a little
It's
bit better with most of
very
the.
underdeveloped
Yeah,
overall.
and the map. Of that
It's got
is
some
pretty
of its
bad.
allures. It's a good map comparatively. I mean, in terms of
Comparatively, it's
scope
tiny.
and
It's
scale.
the entire U.S., but they leave out like whole states. Colorado
Yeah, it's
barely
just-
exists, and what does exist is Pikes Peak, and that's it.
And it's in the Midwest.
Yeah, and it's right next to St. Louis.
2 minutes away from Kansas sunflower fields, and you can see it from almost every portion of the map when it's not
Yeah.
obscured by another mountain. But so we're starting here with Horizon 2. The main reason I like Horizon 2 is a combination of three things. For one, the Fast and Furious car pack. I love that off-road Charger. I believe it's actually my most driven car in the game.
Wouldn't surprise me.
But and that also includes some of the other cars. Like this game is missing a lot of cars with it being from 2014. So there's a lot of good shit that's come out since then. But it has a lot of cars that some of the new games don't. For example, the 2011 Charger, one of my favorite Chargers, that every game after doesn't have, unless you play Motorsport. If for some reason Motorsport has every car and Horizon only has some cars. I guess because they put all the effort into the map, but like, come on, you're using the same engine, just port the fucking car. Asshole. Well, yeah, I want my damn 2011 Charger. That's the main reason I play the Crew 2, to
It's
be honest.
definitely one of the worst Chargers.
Excuse me? How dare you?
Definitely one of the worst.
I'm just tired of the
Chargers.
Hellcat, to be honest.
Yeah, it's overdone. Way overdone.
Like, I'm the SRT8 just, I don't know, I like the look of it better, to be honest. Because it still has the crossbar.
Mhm.
Oh, this game also has, one of the cars in this game also has the crossbar, but it's a 2015. Let me just go through the car list here. It's got a lot of the same shit, for the most part. Pretty much every game has the same stuff. It has the 2014 Vet Stingray, which the newer games don't have. The 2012 ZL1. Let's see here. Has the Challenger RT Fast and Furious Edition, the 2015 one. The Charger RT Fast and Furious Edition, which I really like. The Challenger SRT8 392 from 2012. Dom's Charger, that, to be honest, I don't really care for. The game doesn't have a Daytona, but it does have a Daytona Fast and Furious Edition that looks more like a stock car. It was the first game to have the 15 GT, which, oddly enough, I don't think 3 did, but 4 did, which is kind of strange.
What GT?
The Mustang, the 15 Mustang.
Mm-hmm.
It's very underdeveloped with trucks. It's got like 2, the shitty Raptor and the shitty Ram Runner. That was definitely improved upon in later games, that's for sure. Um, I think every Horizon has had the Wrangler Rubicon from 2012,
Probably, yeah.
which is kind of sad because
Kind of a garbage
it was
car.
new when the first Horizon came out, and now there's a new generation, but they're still using the 2012 for some reason.
Oh, but they got a Gladiator, so we got it covered.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I like the Gladiator, but
I don't.
why not both? You know, why not both?
Because licensing.
Yeah, fucking licensing. It's got more Plymouths. It's got the GTX or the Roadrunner. It's got the Roadrunner. This Roadrunner's sick, man. This Roadrunner's
that
fucking
Roadrunner
awesome.
was really cool. I drove that a lot.
Yeah.
I drove the GSX too, I think, a lot.
I think that's in the game. It might be.
Might
I
have
don't have
been
it
another
though.
game.
First game with the 15 WRX, and it was the last game for a while to have VW.
Oh, they're back in this
For
one.
some reason, I drove the 81 Scirocco.
Toyota
much.
too. Toyota went off.
Toyota appeared in 3 though, I think. I guess we'll find out in a second here because I just installed it earlier. Yeah, but the game is missing a few things. For one, there's no license plates yet, so some cars kind of look goofy. You know? But I will say, to this game's credit, a lot of what it doesn't have is stuff that's only bad because later games had it, you know? But this game has a lot of stuff that the newer games don't have. For one, better lighting. The lighting in this game is so much better than it is
It's
in
such a good game for photos.
3 and 4. The sound design is better. I used to think the sound design was good, but over time I was like, wow, Forza Horizon 4 sounds terrible. Your standard, what is it, like the 6.8 liter V8 that's in like every car that you can put in every car. I believe it's like LS, but it sounds terrible. That V12 that also sounds terrible. The Viper does not sound like that in the new games. That is not what the Viper sounds like.
I am not. That's a computer.
That's a driver attire.
Yeah, it's a drive-atar, they call it.
Oh, no R. Sorry, it's the not the hard R in that one.
Drive-atar.
Drive-atar.
Not like that word.
But this game did have better sound design. Also, the highway system was a little bit better, in my opinion. This was probably the best highway system.
In what, 3?
In my opinion. 2.
2. Yeah, I'll agree with that.
I mean, it's got 2 highways, for one.
Yeah.
But the only issue I have is that just the general map I just don't really care for. I think that the other maps are a little bit better. Oh, is your audio included?
It should be.
Yeah, well, double check, because sometimes it isn't.
It's
Mine
clicked.
is.
Mine is
Okay,
checked,
then
include
yeah.
my audio.
If it's checked, then it's good. Okay, I just want to make sure, because sometimes it doesn't automatically do it. And
no, it
then you
didn't
have an entire
automatically
stream
do it.
where
I
you're
had to
talking to
go
yourself.
manually do it.
Oh, okay.
But I know that last time I had to do that, it didn't work.
Mm. I don't really care for any of the cities, but again, I don't really like European architecture, so it's just a matter of personal preference.
If you
The
take away
Horizon
the fact
Festival-
that it was in Italy, I like it. I like how you did
Italy
road
and
trips.
Though I miss the road trips and the car shows.
Yep.
I miss those features. I can do without how the Horizon festivals worked in this game. The whole separation of the garage and auto show was kind of annoying. But I don't know. I mean, the game. There's a lot of reasons that I don't play this game very much, which is mostly just the newer cars in the newer games. But I mean, this game still does have plenty of reasons to go back to it. Okay, really, the main thing is the graphics. This game looks so much better than the new ones do.
It's really surprising for being the second oldest game of the bunch that it just looks so much better than the other ones.
It does, because they might have changed engines with 3,
They might have,
or
yeah.
maybe there was just a new head designer on the at Turn 10. I don't know what the whole deal is. Or it's Playground.
Yeah.
Wait,
There's Playground.
I remember seeing the Turn 10 thing, so maybe Playground's only 3 and 4.
I don't think Playground
because the whole
is in this anymore. Just Turn 10. Turn 10 and Xbox Studios. It's for 5.
Yeah.
I can't say for sure the rest of them. But what I will say based off of location for Horizon 5, if you don't like it being in Mexico, you could literally just imagine that it's in New Mexico or Arizona, and you would never notice.
Aside from the... Because Horizon 5, to my knowledge, really tried its damnedest to embrace Mexican culture, which, you know, I mean, it might be a little bit of an SJW
but
thing.
At the same
I mean,
time,
you know,
I'm
have the right
driving
to.
a Mazda RX-8 drift car through a city. I don't think that's very traditional.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, but like I know that like they put a lot of Hispanics into the soundtrack. I know they put they pushed that really heavily.
Yeah, they did.
And I think they just tried to input a lot of culture, which is fine.
I think
I mean that's a good thing.
The
but
equivalent of timeless radio
screams pandering.
is now eternal, I believe, and it's mariachi music.
Honestly, that's probably better.
Which is not horrible. I actually don't mind it.
To just be driving the...
I would not be surprised if La Cucaracha was in it.
And to be honest, from what I saw, it didn't seem like the what is it, XS? That didn't seem too bad.
Yeah, they've got a...
I mean, it was never that good, but it didn't seem bad.
They've got, what is it? They've got to Bring Me the Horizon song, which is hilarious.
They do. It's probably the new shitty stuff, though.
Teardrops, which is one of my favorite Bring Me the Horizon songs. Issue being
isn't it some of their newer, like, softer ones?
It's a little bit newer, yes. It's a little bit more, like... It seems like a song that Machine Gun Kelly would like, which is unfortunate. But it's actually, I do like that song a good bit. Issue with it being in a video game like this is, there's a lot of censorship.
That's true.
That song in
it's
itself
a big issue with rock
is
soundtracks.
not exactly
and rap
child
soundtracks.
friendly.
No, probably not.
So, like half of the song just is not there.
Nice. So I'm gonna take a look here. I'm passing through the festival real quick, so I just wanted... it does bug me that I have to go to 2 separate locations, but you can go to the hubs everywhere else.
The hubs are nice to have.
So I just had to complete all races to get live.
All races
all
in one
under
discipline.
one discipline, yeah.
So like there's all kinds of different types of circuit races I have to do all those.
Hey, don't be shy.
As long as it's not like off-road circuit, just the same color.
Yeah.
So like circuit races should be green. Do all the ones that are green. Then you can do all the ones that just orange.
Unless you want it on dirt, then do all the ones in orange.
There's blue ones, green ones. I've already done all the blue ones.
Blue is circuit racing. Green is cross country.
I've already done the blue ones.
Yeah.
But there's only 2.
And then the dark blue.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot
racing,
more.
assuming that's still there.
What do I do to get
the
more?
The 68.
You've got to level up. You've got to get accolades or whatever.
As you complete the races, you'll level up and it will unlock more races. You level up, I believe, the discipline itself.
No, you'll level up.
I'm all going off of Horizon 4 knowledge. I don't know what it's like.
No, so this is more like Horizon 3, where you're upgrading the festival.
Okay.
And then when you upgrade the festival, that unlocks more races for you. So you've got to get more reputation that way and all that. And then that's what you do with it.
But, the damage model was also a lot better in Horizon 2, where you could actually, like, break, headlights and taillights. That was nice.
You can break headlights and taillights on this, too. It would feel
good, they brought that back, because it's not in 3 and 4. They got rid of it for 3 and 4, I know that for a fact.
Actually breaking them so they don't work?
Like
cracking
putting a hole in, like the one, yeah, like your Audi.
Because at the moment on this Mazda I'm driving, I do have a shattered taillight, but it still works.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't think that was a feature in 3 and 4, but it was in 2, because that's the same thing, where it breaks and it's like, it shines clear instead of...
Yeah, no, this is still red, but the cover for the taillight is a different thing than the actual taillight colored lens. There's a red lens behind a clear one in this car.
Oh, okay. So I'll wait to check out the damage model, but it was compared to the other games, it was pretty good in Horizon 2. Oops, I keep... the controls are different between every Horizon game, so I'm always pressing a different button to change shit. Oh!
How about rewind? Isn't that interesting?
Rewind was in all of them.
It's garbage. Been there since 1, I believe.
It's garbage? Excuse me?
I don't care for it. It makes it unrealistic.
You see, I
turn it off.
Pretty much completely rely on that. Maybe it's because I'm bad.
Yeah,
but I completely rely on that. Like, I always have it at access, and I pretty much can't race multiplayer races because I can't. Well, you can use rewind. It just, you know, probably puts you farther back than it would before.
Yeah,
one thing that does bug me in this game. Yeah.
So then I don't get the habit of it and then use it multiplayer.
Well, I'm a bitch, so.
Yeah, damn right you are.
Murph, for the races, like the blue, circuit races, I've already done the 2 that shows on my map, right? And I've gotten first for both. How do I get more?
You gotta level up. Then I'll unlock more.
So do other races?
Yeah, you gotta do, like, other... Yeah, you gotta do other races and then... it'll open up. So you gotta
so in
unlock
terms
the
of
next Horizon Adventure chapter. This is a pretty big map. Screw you, I don't get to talk.
Well, yeah, it probably is. Well, I'm the one making content here.
Actually, it's not. It doesn't seem quite as big, just looking at the map.
Yeah, no, it definitely doesn't.
4.
And 4 already seems kind of small after playing the Crew 2 and GTA.
Oh yeah,
a lot. I mean, the maps are comparatively pretty small. But this game also has sizably better graphics.
I would
too.
I would say that this game is better than the Crew. GTA.
In terms of features, yeah, but I would say for cruising, no, just because of the map, because the map is so inherently important to cruising. And also, I like the car selection of Jesus Christ, of the Crew, because I can get off-road versions of normal cars. Even though the overall individual car selection is smaller,
it didn't have any cars that I really cared for. It has one motorcycle that I've liked since the first Crew, but other than that, it's really not exciting. And that motorcycle is a BMW RS1000. It's not really...
I was going to say an Indian, but then I remembered that is how you feel about the BMW, so...
I don't know why, but that specific bike, that sport bike, has just been great.
You like the BMW?
Yeah.
Bike.
I prefer an Indian over a BMW any day.
Well, I mean, Indian and a Harley years beforehand.
Oh yeah, if I actually were to buy a motorcycle, I would buy an Indian far before I would buy a BMW.
Well, you wouldn't have said that like 3 years ago, but you also didn't have a car.
3 years ago, I was 13, John. I think I'm gonna pick... Actually, I was 14, but whatever.
And you, weren't single for a little bit of that.
Alright, on to the next topic. And that's how I named the car.
I will say, one thing that I also like about this game is it's a little more campaign driven.
Yeah.
Not really, but it's got somewhat of a campaign. You know, it's a little more story based.
It's a little bit
I
more
guess,
guided.
you know,
Yeah.
you go. Yeah, more guided. Yeah, it's precisely.
Still a free roam game, and you can do what you want. But when you want to get down to business, it'll help you do that a little bit more than the other ones. It's not just,
you know,
okay,
so
do
the
a
way-
race. Now I don't know what to do.
Yeah, the way the racing kind of worked in this game is you do a road trip to one of the festival hubs, and then you would, which was such a cool feature, and I miss that greatly. I think that, I mean, houses were a decent addition, but I'm still not exactly sure which one I prefer. Well, obviously I prefer
You have arrived at your destination.
the road trip, but
I don't
in
know that
terms of
house is
festival hub
necessary.
v house, I'm not sure which one I prefer.
I don't think it was a necessary addition, especially since
Yeah.
it's not a lifestyle game like GTA is yet.
Yeah.
If it was a lifestyle
Which
game,
I think
that house is
the
gonna be
ultimate
much better.
Forza would be a lifestyle game. Basically, it would be
Yeah.
GTA, but with a little less violence and a little more real cars.
More like Test Drive
Basically,
Unlimited.
5M.
Test Drive Unlimited, but just brand new. Which they are making another Test Drive Unlimited, supposedly.
I also
which is
think
definitely
introducing some
something
sort of...
I wanna look into.
Yeah, I might check that out eventually.
I think it's only for
think-
PlayStation.
Oh, okay, well that still works.
It's a Sony franchise.
But adding some sort of game mode that introduces police, or like some sort of like
Some sort of
other
custom route
version of
kind
free
thing.
roam, I think that'd be pretty cool. Like if they just added a police free roam, I think that'd be really cool.
Mhm.
You know, because I mean, Need for Speed sucks. So I think
That's
it'd
the
be
only.
good
That's
to just
the
get.
only reason that I play Need for Speed anymore is because of the police.
Because that adds an interesting gameplay mechanic for the absolutely terrible arcadey handling.
Yeah.
This game also had a lot more tunnels, which I'm kind of happy about. The newer games are kind of missing out on tunnels. Horizon 2 had a shit ton of tunnels.
Yeah, this
But,
has some good bit of tunnels, kind of like. I was just messing around in one city, and it's actually a nice city to kind of mess around in, but it seemed very similar to Edinburgh as far as layout.
In what? In...
What do you think?
I don't know. Are you talking about 2 or 5?
4. 5 seemed a
Oh.
lot like the town that I was just messing around in 5 seemed a good bit like Edinburgh.
Yeah, that's what I was
Or is
asking.
it-
What game were you talking about? I
This
know what Edinburgh was in, but okay. I didn't know if you were talking about. Okay.
I'll be playing 5 this whole time, so when I say this
Oh, yeah.
game, and I'm
Well, I
not
didn't hear that
directly-
part. I don't think. In my defense. But
You don't hear half the things I say, not because you don't want
no,
to,
because you're
just
quiet
more.
and the game is loud.
Turn the game down then, and turn me up. Just like I did, because Garrett's too quiet.
My headset chat mixer is already way to the end,
Oh well, nothing we can do then.
as it always is. To be honest, this is probably correction. This is probably the best Forza Horizon, at least.
What do you mean? Like, Horizon is better
It's not
than
my favorite because I don't
Motorsport,
play
or-
it the most, but like, this is probably my favorite Horizon just
Yeah.
because it's, I mean, it looks great. It's really good to cruise around in. I would say that I prefer, there's one big glaring thing is its lack of off-roading. I mean, that's a pretty glaring issue, but the game was still kind of coming into its own, and off-roading is never going to be anywhere near as popular as any form of street racing. So, you know, I can't really complain too much, because this game is made for the casuals. As they've continued, they've started to add in features that appeal more to certain demographics, but the game always appealed more, always I mean, the game is a true AAA title. It's the car equivalent to Call of Duty. You know, which comes with its drawbacks, but at the same time, you can still get things like Modern Warfare, where they have a lot of attention to detail and are great fan service for people who really like guns, or in this case, who really like cars, while still appealing to the masses pretty easily, you know. And this game, I feel like, hit that balance pretty well, but even the newer ones have done that even better.
Yeah, the Forza Horizons and Motorsports really have been able to cater to everybody, and then if you're in like a pretty like full-on car person, then you can still.
It's still serviceable, even if it could be better for one's individual tastes.
It could be significantly better as far as like modification and everything, but
or even car selections for some disciplines.
Yeah, but the nice thing about this is, I mean, like every others, you can drive any car for everything, but it does tell you which cars are recommended you have in your garage. So I'm starting a cross-country race right now, and it's showing me that my Bronco, my Lancer, my F450, my other racing Bronco, and my Escort, as well as my Audi, are ones that are recommended for this race. And then it goes, you can buy a recommended car, and then it goes to the rest of your garage. So I'm picking the Audi. Like the Audi was recommended in just like dirt races before, and then I put off-road tires on it, and now it's recommended for cross-country. And it's all-wheel drive, so that helps.
Yeah.
But like, it's not going to recommend a Polo or a Lamborghini for a cross-country or a dirt race.
Yeah. Nor is it going to recommend any cars that aren't like properly upgraded for it. Because obviously the Audi would probably not be in its class, you know? But with the upgrades you put on it, it can be.
Yeah.
Which is nice. That's something that the other games were lacking in. I mean, you could run most cars as a rally car if you wanted to. But that's about it. You definitely can't run them for cross-country.
In 4, I think you could put rally suspension on almost every car.
Pretty much. Rally suspension and rally tires.
Yeah, so you can put rally and off-road on everything in this, I'm pretty sure.
Which is nice. As it should be, because it's set in Mexico, and that's something that is, to the masses, pretty well known for its off-road.
Yeah.
Baja is in Mexico.
Some other negative things, but we're not going to go over that. It was Twitch.
As long as some rusty Tacomas used for very specific purposes.
They do have a train though.
That's probably the equivalent. That's like the Baja equivalent to how NASCAR started.
Yeah.
NASCAR started from bootlegging. Baja started from cartel running.
Yeah, it's the same thing, if you think about it.
And it's probably not accurate, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was.
Neither would I. I absolutely would not be surprised. It's really funny.
I'm sure horse racing started from people literally souping up their horses to run from, like, police or something.
I was going to go with, like, Sam Adams and, the British were coming, kind of stuff like that.
That was, I don't think that was...
That was not Sam Adams.
That was not Sam Adams.
That
was Paul Revere.
Yes, it was, but still. I was going with Sam Adams.
Sam Adams,
like
the man on the beer can.
Yeah, pretty much. Nobody else knows him for like
Invented
being a founding
racing.
father or anything. They just know him. Oh, he's your cousin from Boston.
Also, I forgot to mention how nice the rain is in this game. The rain is so much better.
It is really funny using this Audi for cross-country races because it does pick cars similar to yours for the AI. And so I'm racing against like M3s and 5 Series and everything in a rally spec Audi. and they're all just.
Do they upgrade them, or are they just however,
No, I'm
however
not
those
sure.
people upgraded them?
See, I like completely maxed out this Audi, so I would assume they had some upgrades, but I don't know if they put like rally suspension and off-road tires on them or not.
So I'm gonna run
There's a
here
Ferrari
the
F40, like that makes no sense at all.
yeah, the AI selection was kind of weird in the old games. In all of the games, I guess, really. So we're gonna take a look here at the way that racing works in this game. So instead of just racing whatever the hell, whenever the hell, you know, after you do that road trip and you end up in whatever town, you then have to pick a certain championship. I don't know how it worked. How did it work in 1?
What do you mean?
Was it similar premise? Like, did you have to, like, choose a championship group and then run those in a certain location and then move somewhere else, or was it just, like, one order of
no,
races?
I think it was similar to 3 and 4 and 5, where it's just kind of, you have these races, do them, and then move on.
Okay. So, but 2 decided to be a little bit different, and I might like it more.
It's not bad.
To be honest. And it seems I've already got a championship
Let me know what you need.
going. Also, I hate when I go in the garage and this lady talks to me every time. It's kind of annoying.
Oh, and I think
I don't miss that
you can
part.
turn
Whoops.
off Anna in 5 now,
Oh, thank God.
which is brilliant.
I mean, you could always turn off Anna, but you always had to have that button linked, even if it's off.
I think you might be able to turn off more though.
Because I always had it replaced with
what's
it
it
called?
And he was like, he had directions going to somewhere, and I just went, "Oh, she's still there." He's like, "Oh, you can turn her off." I'm like, "Oh, that's nice."
Me with everyone's wife.
Yeah, you can flip the switch on her
Oh, she's
neck.
still there.
Come
No,
on
you
in.
can turn her
How
off.
can I help?
You can turn off the dishwasher, yeah.
Yeah, power button's right on there. So let's get this 2015 not Hellcat Challenger here to take a look at the rain, assuming it's still there. I also... well, I'll just stick to talking about this game instead of just talking about the later games until I actually get to the later games. But, I don't know, to be honest, this game was just really good. Even if I don't play it much, just because it's missing so many new cars. Sometimes I will go back and play it just because it looks so damn good.
It's a classic. It would be,
It's-
it would be a good one to remaster, along with 1.
Yeah, 1... Well, actually, I think instead of a remaster, it should be a remake. I think they should just bring Colorado back as a location, but make it like a modern Horizon game. Introduce those new features, the new cars, the new, you know, all that stuff, instead of just making it look better. Because that's what all a remaster is. And sometimes adding some content, but like a reboot. Not a reboot.
Yeah, see, I think it would be nice if maybe even they added a different story to it. And they were like, "Oh, okay, we're back in the original town where Horizon." Or, I don't know, because the story is that's not where Horizon started either. But maybe it's like, "Oh, here's where our star won his first festival or whatever."
Forza Horizon Origins.
Yeah, see that would be kind of cool if they if they did like a prequel. So it's like it's just like the first Horizon back in like the 90s or something. I don't know.
The only issue is that I don't think they would do that for at least for a full title.
It
They
wouldn't
might
make
do
any
like
sense.
a small title, or actually what they probably could do is have an expansion,
Yeah, like a little DLC on this one.
or just like Horizon 5.5.
Yeah.
You know, where it's not a full release, it's not a main title release, but it's like just a spin-off where they do special things at the sacrifice of, you know, the latest and greatest technology. Because that's the main appeal to New Horizons, is all the new cars that have come out since the last one, and the new map. But I think that the game does still have some potential to just, you know, go back in time. You know, have a map that's set in the 80s, the 60s, the 90s, you know, the early 2000s. Shit, set one when Fast and Furious came out.
2001.
You know.
I think.
Yeah, because that was an important time in
car
modern
culture.
car culture.
That was a really important time.
Because most of modern car culture was made around that time when JDM became huge. Because, let's be honest here, in terms of true car culture, about 50% of, probably about 70% of it is JDM and supercars.
Which has been
The
based
rest
off of
is a mixture of off-road, muscle cars, sports cars are included in the other thing too, but just all the more niche ones that are all, you know, better. All the ones I like, because I have a very original taste in cars, I guess. But, I don't know, I just think, you know, having a little spin-off where they go back in time to a specific time period would be kind of nice. Because then they could also expand their collection of certain time periods, you know.
They could expand.
Add in some cop cars from the 60s and...
Add some cars from the 90s. Ahem, Jeep.
Yeah, right. And also gives it some, you know, the ability to kind of set it in some other locations. Or to repeat locations, but what they used to look like. Colorado in the 90s is a hell of a lot different than it is now.
Much different.
And, you know, setting it, you know, that would be a great way to return to Colorado. Or even just go to other places, you know. I think that, and to be honest, I don't really know where they're going to go next. I feel like they're going to wait a really long time before they go to Japan. Because to be honest, they've never really went to anywhere that's like where people would assume.
Anywhere that's generally like a place where people want Horizon to be. Everybody for like the last 3 has always just said, "Oh, do Japan, do Japan, do Japan,
do Japan."
It's like,
here's Australia.
For whatever reason, they're like, yeah, here's Australia, England, and best we can do is Mexico. Like,
also, I have noticed a pattern. I don't know if this is intentional, but it seems every 2 games they switch sides of the road. Horizon 1 and 2 were right hand. Right side of the road.
Mm-hmm.
Horizon 3 and 4 were left side of the road.
Mm-hmm.
Horizon 5 is right side of the road.
I would assume that's...
I mean, it might not be, but it's certainly an interesting coincidence, and that could be why they didn't select it. If that is the case, they, you know, we could see that in, like, Horizon 7, when they move to the other side of the road. We'll see when the next game comes out, you know, unless, you know, just to see if that's how that actually works, but it's a curious note, you know, coincidence. But,
I would say there's no correlation.
Probably not, but it's interesting to think of it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Colorado as a location was an interesting choice for an opening, you know, thing.
For an opening title, yeah.
Because, I mean, Colorado does not have a particularly storied history. It has some history.
Roads, though. Up in the mountains.
It's a great state for cruising, definitely. But in terms of locations for, like, what you... Because when you think of where they would set it, I'd expect it to be in places important to car culture.
Uh-huh. So, Japan, you know, Germany,
Japan, big cities.
Germany would be a good place for it.
I would expect LA to appear.
Australia...
I would have expected somewhere in Florida.
Australia seems to have its own kind of car culture, utes and everything.
Yeah. It's carved its own path, even separate from the UK, which also has its own, you know, pathway.
Cuba would be really cool. For like
Cuba would be interesting, but they don't really have any for an expansion, not for a game, but for an expansion, definitely.
Because it's just not a big enough place for it, but that would be a really good expansion for 5, because it is just kind of right there. It's in the general area, and then they've got like their insane own car culture. Because it's all old cars, like old 57 Chevy and everything, but they couldn't get any parts because of the tension between Cuba and the US. So they bought their cars, and then parts stopped being able to be acquired. So then they got to just fix what they have, or steal parts from other cars. So, unfortunately, you'll see like a 57 Chevy with like a Honda engine in it because that's what they had to do to make it run.
Because that's all they can do.
It's literally
Yeah.
what they had to do to have a running car. But it's
So I mean,
really
that totally could be interesting.
Screw you.
What?
I don't like this.
Is that gonna add people to the party?
No.
He's looking for a different one.
Okay, that's fine. But
You know, say. But anyway, yeah, it's a really interesting car culture, to be honest.
there's a lot of locations that could be interesting. I think
I think
they could
would
do
be
like
cool.
a dual state, like they could. Yeah, Germany is a glaring
Especially with
omission,
the Autobahn.
in my opinion. Oh
They'd
yeah,
have to step up
the only
their
place where
highway
you can
game a
go
little
as fast
bit.
as you go, and it makes sense. So I think Germany is something. Yeah, Germany, Italy and France are sensible.
Those are
Italy's
acceptable.
important in car culture. What with
Ferrari,
supercars.
Lamborghini.
Yeah. France, I don't really know what France does, but then again, I don't know what France does at all.
They surrender.
They surrender and have baguettes. That's about it.
Surrender and have baguettes. There you go.
So, I don't know, but I think, but Italy's kind of small. Well, so is the UK, but then again, you're not going to bridge the UK with anything else. You're only going to get the UK, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, you
So-
can drive across the UK in like a couple hours, long ways.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, pretty much. I think okay, I actually did the research. From the top of the UK to the bottom, it takes about the same time as it does to get from like here to San Antonio.
Okay, so like a day or two, maybe,
Yeah.
to get across
Which is-
the country.
Which is probably why they think 45 minutes is a long drive.
Yeah, because that's like that's like a
That's like a
considerable
tenth
amount
of the
their
country.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. I mean, it's possible they could have just shoehorned Ireland in, just for the hell
Yeah,
of it.
that would be cool. Maybe I'm kind of curious if maybe that's what Storm Island is. Not Storm Island.
Arrived at your destination.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah, whatever the other expansion is. I'm kind of curious if that is possibly part of it. That might
Perhaps. I don't really.
That
I mean,
seemed like kind
judging
of
from all that I
Irish. The
know,
only
I don't really think so.
issue is the big mountain. I don't know if Ireland
And the
has
lack
a
of
whole lot
farmland.
mountains.
There's
Eh.
not a whole lot of farmland like you'd expect.
It was relatively open.
And not really. It was very wooded.
It was a small map, but there was really not a whole lot there when you got further out into the
Oh,
map.
Fortune Island. That's what it was.
What?
It was Fortune Island.
Fortune Island. It's kind of a stupid name. Oh, it's because you had to search for treasure and stuff on it.
Mm-hmm. That is true. Let me look at the...
That really wasn't that great of an expansion.
I thought it was alright. It's great for off-roading because of that mountain pass.
Oh yeah,
The
it was all right, but it wasn't
treasure also gets you
impressive.
some extra money, too. And it came with a TRX. And there was no way I was not buying that expansion, if anything, just to buy that TRX.
The cars were a bit more impressive than the map, I would say.
Mhm. And the weather, and the new weather was pretty interesting too. Ultimately, I actually thought it was pretty cool because it's mountainous and kind of very, big. I thought it was pretty cool.
It was
I don't
good,
play the
and
expansions much.
But
I
played on
don't
it
regret
for a
buying it.
while.
Yeah, it wore off pretty quick, but that just comes kind of naturally. I think they're kind of gimmicky,
Yeah.
Yeah, the wiki doesn't list anything as to like where it might be based on. Maybe I could find that somewhere else on the internet, but this is the first place I thought to look, and I didn't see anything.
Forza
But that's
Wiki
okay.
doesn't say anything about it.
No, about where it might be set. It says things, but it just says rocky, mountainous.
Yeah, maybe like Iceland or something.
That's more like it, actually. Yeah, I would believe that.
Yeah, it kind of makes some sense. Iceland, maybe even, I don't know, Greenland is too snowy, but maybe it's like summertime Greenland or something.
Because, I mean, it's snow. Well, it snows sometimes at Forza Island. It has the same weather.
Oh, yeah, it does. I don't know. Aqua's Drivatar finished last in the race.
Nice. As he should.
I finished in
Alright,
third.
I'm going to do a race just to show that off. I will say, the game is kind of lacking in terms of content. I mean, the race selection is just really circuit racing.
After you finish
which
the
makes
story
sense.
and it just repeated, it really got old quick.
Yeah,
Because really, all
agree.
you're doing is just, finish these races, move on to the next town. Finish these races, move on to the next town. And there's only like 5 towns, I think, 4 or 5.
I think there's like 4 or 5 hubs.
Yeah, 4 or 5 hubs to go to. So it really, really got old quick.
Because you're doing the same thing you were doing before. It's just there's nothing else to it.
Yeah, and you just got to go through and pick the race series that you didn't before. That's the only thing that'll differentiate.
Yeah. All in all, though, I will say it was a good game. It's probably the best for free roam, in my opinion. Even if the car selection is kind of lacking due to its age, it still has a lot of cars that some of the new games don't. So it still has. There are still reasons to go to the game.
Yeah.
You know, there's still reasons in that car selection to visit the game, even if it's not got all the latest and greatest. But really, for free roam, it's the best. For racing, I would look more towards 4. You know, it's got the blueprints. Well, we'll talk about that when we get there. But overall, I'd say it's just, 3 or 2 is great for cruising. The cars sound better. I mean, is great. I do like in the newer games how you can upgrade an individual part, or you get a cart instead of just buying every part individually.
Oh yeah,
it just speeds up the process and helps you budget it a little bit better.
Yeah, in this game you don't buy the parts individually, like in 3, I know at least. You do put them all in your cart and then you buy them at the end. So
yeah, 3, 4, and 5 all have that. It's just I believe 1 and 2 and most of the motorsport games that don't offer them.
I thought in 2 you had a cart.
No, you don't. You buy individual parts. I just bought some stuff yesterday. I upgraded my Cherokee, not my Cherokee, I wish, God, my Wrangler. Because, by the way, that Wrangler has the exact same upgrades that it does in 4.
Oh, I would assume.
The only difference is that it doesn't have the knobbier off-road tires, it just has...
Rally.
It just has race tires and rally.
Yeah, it does.
Because rally racing was introduced with this game, with the Storm Island expansion, which was good. I didn't have the expansion, but it's good that they added it. But that is one of the big things that's lacking.
I think I have it,
off-roading,
but
obviously.
I haven't played it a lot. Because I bought it when they said, okay, we're cutting off Horizon 2, all the DLCs won't be purchasable anymore. So I said, okay, well, I gotta get them then, so I don't miss out on them if they're anything good. Storm Island wasn't terribly impressive, I think.
I don't think so either.
I think
the expansions improve with 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Definitely. Because Blizzard, well, we'll get to that as well, because I have the expansions for
Blizzard
3 and 4.
Mountain.
So we'll cover
Really
those as
good.
well.
I like that.
Blizzard Mountain was very innovative.
Yeah. With the snow and everything, and introducing snow tires.
Yeah. That was a great expansion. I was very happy with that overall.
In 400 yards, turn right.
400 yards, turn right.
Turn right.
Turn right.
I can't.
I'm in the menu
How dare
right
you.
now. Move right.
Oh.
Can't turn.
just looking at the water, like, reflecting off... Oh,
400 yards,
another
turn
thing I
right.
wanted to bring up very briefly
Ray
was the
tracing.
menu music. Which game had the best, opening theme?
Let's see.
Turn right.
Boom, boom, boom. That was not good.
Or 4's not great.
Yeah,
4's not great.
I can't remember all of them, to be honest,
3 was
but I
good.
do not like 4.
3 and 1 were good. 1 was really good in my opinion.
Couldn't tell you.
But 3 was good too, if not a little bit
Turn
nostalgic
right.
though. 2's not great either, but it's a little bit more time. Because 1 was very EDM-like, because, you know, 2012.
The first one was
EDM
more
was
of
the
like
shit
a
back then.
rave-type festival.
Yeah,
you
it
know?
was more dubstep or like, whereas the newer ones are more traditional EDM, or not traditional, more modern EDM. It's the post-dubstep EDM.
I mean, the first one was like 2012 rave kind of festival instead of like...
Yeah,
what
because
the
that's when that
modern-
was a big
what
thing.
The new ones have become.
Sorry, the car that you're currently driving isn't eligible for this
Wow, these are the
championship.
these are the 3 cars I have for option. So I had a championship going already. It was Track Toys. I got 3 options here. When this guy shuts the fuck up.
Track Toys
Honda
is
S2000
kind of-
Fast and Furious Edition.
Track
Mazda
Toys
MX-5,
was cool, but it
Subaru
wasn't really
BRZ.
a... I didn't care for that
I never did
whole
either.
lot.
But I guess I just wanted to race something new. So I'm racing my my Subaru BRZ.
Mhm.
Another thing missing from Horizon 5. Where's the new BRZ? They just came out with a new one.
Where's the
Same thing
new
with the WRX.
300ZX?
Okay, mate, focus. You do
Is that the
it.
Yoda?
That's not it.
Win
No,
this next one,
Nissan.
and the championship is yours.
Oh, fucking no.
I assume that it'll be here, but I also assume that we parts.
Yeah.
Just because it's a car that's technically not out yet, too.
I
But it
will
wouldn't
say,
surprise me if
2
they
and
released
1.
early.
Yeah, 2 and 1 feel a lot like a less arcadey Need for Speed.
Yeah. Kind of like
'Cause,
a
like-
Need for Speed The Run. Who played that
Need
one?
for Speed, if it really is just Need for Speed if Forza picked it up.
Yeah. Especially one.
Because, I mean... Yeah. Because, I mean, that was the open world thing at the time, was Need for Speed.
Yeah.
Forza's since kind of replaced it for the most part, but in its time, that was kind of what they were going after.
And
you can tell in
they
2
trade off.
Because...
As far as popularity, like, they're not going to release the new Need for Speed for maybe another year, and then they'll release that, and then they won't release the next Horizon for another year.
Which is confusing, because that shouldn't be how it is, because it wasn't, but then in 2019, they just forgot to release anything, because I guess Horizon 4 was doing really well.
Isn't this one
And
late?
then-
Wasn't this one supposed to be here last year?
Yeah, it was. Now
But-
that you can kind of blame on
Yeah,
just nothing getting
Corona.
really developed on time last year, but at the same time, they were still pouring stuff into Horizon 4 until a few months ago. Oh, I
Which
thought
they
that sign was
usually do.
indestructible.
They usually keep doing stuff for the past Horizon or Motorsport until
Mhm.
a month or two before the new one releases.
I will say, I remember, because the first one I got was 3, and I remember when 3 switched to 4, and when they had that final Forzathon that I actually believe has finally ended not too long ago. It seemed almost infinite, but I'm pretty sure it was only like 1,000 days.
I think it ended when they announced that they were taking all the DLCs off the store.
Maybe. I'll have to check when I go back on 3 in a few minutes after this race.
And
I just wanted to get a race in, so to show the differences.
because
in
I
racing as well.
think 3 is off the store now too.
I believe so, yeah.
I think it came
Well,
off.
if Motorsport 7 is, then yeah, that's gotta be.
I think when they release the newest game, the most recent game stays on, the game before that gets taken down.
Yeah.
So when
Because
4
3
came
went off
out,
the store,
2 came off.
6 went off the store, and then 7 went off the store recently. Right, and we're reaching the end of the race.
Hey, Aqua actually
And
finished
we get that
second
good old
in
confetti.
my
You're making
race
a
this
habit of
time.
this.
I got
I will
first.
say-
so second.
Yeah, me too. The end of the race thing in this game is much better than it is in 4. I
Oh
don't
yeah.
like 4's whole design philosophy got kind of boring
Mhm.
because it was all like digital, and it's like in this white background. It's like, why? I don't get it. To unlock Horizon Finale, win 14 more championships. Good God.
But you've already played the finale, right?
I don't remember. I think so.
I would assume you have because you used to play that one a good bit.
I've got I've got the most play time out of all of my friends on this game.
All right, guys,
See,
that's it for
that-
this
'cause
championship.
that's back
We'll
when
regroup back at the Nice Messina hub
Me
when
and my
you're ready
brother
to
were
move
still
on.
playing on one account.
Hmm.
So he played the first one, I played the second one.
Yeah. So here's an interesting. So actually, I conveniently enough was able to finish. I only had to do one race in that championship. So now we're gonna show off the road trip.
Oh, and actually,
thing.
believe it or not, my brother still plays Horizon 1 very often.
Turn right.
Does he?
He loves the
200
online,
yards,
like,
turn left.
Infected.
Turn left.
He loves it in that game.
Hmm.
One of Horizon's top drivers is nearby. I've marked
Oh,
their
I also
position
missed the
on
little
GPS
credit
if you
race
want to
thing.
challenge them.
I always got so excited
400
in 2 and
yards,
3 when I saw that
bear
credit
right.
thing moving around. I'm like, oh, I want credits.
Uh,
In 4, I don't think that's a feature, but also in 4, you just get wheel spins and you get like a million after like 5 wheel spins. You know,
400 yards.
which I'm okay with. It's kind of broken, but to be honest, I don't mind it.
yeah, it's not horrible.
Turn
Acceptable.
right.
So let's run this little thing here and show it off.
Oh, Ohio wants us to join the party.
Yeah.
How about he joins us?
You don't have Forza. I think it's
Didn't he buy 5 too?
we can
Okay.
play it. We can all
Well,
play it.
Yeah, we
Uh,
all can technically play it right now if you really want.
Mhm. Yeah. I believe it's invite only. I think this the party is.
Well, is it my party now? No, it's yours.
Yeah, it's mine.
Invite more. I'll invite him. I got it.
Okay. So let's get a different car here so we can run that, and then I might mute him though because he doesn't have all the forces, and he's not going to be very conducive to my stream.
Because I've played more of the Forza than you have. So we're doing. So John's going through his he's going through and doing a rewind of Horizon 2, 3, and 4 before he plays 5. Yeah, mine is, but the thing is, well, hold on. But
Hold on.
so what we're doing there is we're talking about the games as he's playing them. I'm playing 5 because I got the Ultimate Edition and can play it right now. And then, yeah, well, technically. But he's going through and playing all the older games until it comes out at 10 our time, about 3.5 hours. And we're talking about the game as he's playing it. So, if you haven't had the last couple of games, I assume, what John just said.
You have 4, but you don't have 2 or 3 or 1. Those
Yeah.
don't count.
Yeah, so we're talking about Horizons. So, if you'd like, you can include your audio. Aqua did before he left, but he didn't contribute anything. He didn't talk for a while.
Hello, everybody.
Don't say the N-word.
I wasn't going to.
Yeah, you were.
Well,
I know you wanted to.
I would never do that, Twitch. I hope you know
We'll
that.
No,
do
never.
GT, I
Absolutely
guess. That
never.
works.
Twitch,
I
I
only
would
have one
never.
GT car.
I,
What do I have in Cult Classics?
that would be horrible.
No,
Isn't
no,
that
no,
racist?
never.
Like, why would
Yeah,
you
that's
ever
like
say that?
racist. Come on, guys. Look,
Wait, does it change championship based on where I go? Oh, it does.
And we are heading to Sistron.
Okay. So that's an interesting. So based on the town you go to, it would change the championships that are available to you, and you have a selection. It doesn't just automatically do it,
Yeah.
which is kind of neat. What do I have in classic
I'm on the
rally?
game right now.
Nothing.
I
On
glitched
what?
the game.
Yeah, so did Aqua. So it's not
Yeah,
surprising.
so did I. So will
Oh
I.
wait,
I'm just
nope, never mind.
streaming
You're
it.
too
I want
early.
to stream
Oh,
it.
John, do you have it
Damn it.
downloaded?
I tried.
Uh huh. Yeah, I do.
Okay. I was gonna say, if you don't, you better start now.
Ooh, American
no.
Racers. That's a good one. Let's do the
It
Daytona.
says I'm too early.
I'll just give it a minute.
Aww.
I do miss the road trip feature. I thought that was such a cool feature.
You really put on a show. Now the next leg of the road trip takes us to beautiful.
Also, people talk to you a lot in this game, I noticed.
People talk to you a lot in 4 too, or in 5 too.
That's true.
But you can, I think you can do stuff in the menu. You don't have to wait for them to shut up, which is really annoying about 2.
Yeah, that's true. So right now we're driving this Daytona Fast and Furious Edition, which I made myself to reflect. What is it?
One issue is
Fred
clothes are
Lorenz's
still a
car.
thing in 5th,
Turn left.
but it
I
doesn't
mean-
Oh,
look
that's
like
still
you're
a
running from
thing.
wheels.
That's gonna take up space on the wheels.
100 yards.
Oh, but see,
Yeah,
now,
that's the only reason.
no. So it looks like it's not in wheel spins, but you
Turn right.
can buy clothes now.
Oh, I
Thank
think that
God.
makes a
I
little
needed
bit
that
more
so
sense.
bad.
Yeah.
They're not.
Cause
Yeah,
let me give you a
so
little tidbit.
You know what? The first thing I'm getting, flannel. Boom, done.
You know.
Because
Cowboy
guess what?
hat.
So
Hopefully they
I've
improve
had
the
that
cowboy
game since
hat
it
to,
came
like,
out.
a Mexican rancher style. You know what I mean?
I don't
That's
think they
a little
had. Oh, they
racist,
did have a
right?
cowboy hat, and I did wear it.
Like it's a Mexican.
Okay,
rancher,
so you know what's
would
annoying?
have
They
a
don't
Is
have
there
a
a poncho?
Like,
Okay.
Can I be the
don't have
whitest
a
guy
flannel.
wearing a poncho? What?
They don't have a flannel, but they have a checkered hoodie. It looks like
To be
your
fair,
white
what time
hoodie,
of year can
John,
you
but
be-
it's red.
no flannel, but they have a hoodie in Mexican.
Oh, like my white hoodie?
Yeah, it's like your white hoodie if
Oh, okay.
the white was red.
Oh, okay. That's
It
fine.
really doesn't
That'll
look that
probably
bad,
do
but it's not a flannel.
Modern
So
day
I
Paul
got
Bunyan.
the game when it
College
came out,
edition.
and it took me
And I could put a dress
It
on
took
the
me
dude.
until a few months ago
Oh,
to unlock
no.
that lumberjack shirt. It took me ages. So I hate that wheel spin clothing thing. That was so annoying.
I can,
So this is a road
I can
trip. I
put
probably shouldn't
short
be hammering
shorts
at
on this
170.
guy. I can put a dress on him, skirt. You know, what do you want?
Well, you
Skinny
do have the
jeans.
ability to make it a she/her.
Did you
So.
see they had it?
you know.
Oh my lord,
They,
I saw
them.
that. Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
Aqua
yeah.
mentioned that.
Mhm.
When I went through the game yesterday, instantly I just went to John. I'm like, yeah, they have.
Yeah, he
you
told me.
They have you select your pronouns.
To be honest, it's not that big of a deal.
Why can't
It's
you
just-
change your
it's
socks?
Almost irrelevant, but
Why the heck would I want to change my socks?
alright. I'm wearing boots. I don't need socks.
It's sorry.
But
I'm spending way too much money on clothing.
I'm
relatable.
spending way
Alright.
too much money in general.
Hats.
Well, no, we're talking in fake money.
I got a
yeah.
monster cap.
Well-
You didn't just spend $1,600 on an Audi, $1,800 on an Audi.
16.
Oh, it was 16.
They have one cowboy hat. It's called the Adventurer's hat.
And is it
That might not-
good?
that
And
might
Is
they've
not
it
be a
got a
rich?
cowboy hat.
sombrero. Of course they have a sombrero.
Well, that's the sombrero over any
Yeah, I'll
adventure
send
city
you-
in a
I'll
just
send a
about
picture.
anything.
He like
Really
Ohio
quick.
likes Mexican clothing.
Mexican.
It's
It's
not
not that bad.
horrible. This
It's like
cowboy hat
cowboys,
is
but like different.
Well, yeah, because that's
Like
where it came from. It
cowboys,
came from
but-
Valcaro.
No.
Vicaro.
Take the
Vicaro?
first exit.
Valcaro? How the hell do you pronounce that? What is it?
Gara.
Yeah, I got no problem with the Mexicans as long as they're here legally.
It's like
you know?
Vicaro or Valcaro. It's one. I think it's Vicaro. So that's where cowboy culture came from.
Yeah, I got no
All
problem.
right, so that's
I like
that's the leather hat.
My
I'm
cousins
not
are
sure if you call it cowboy or not.
Probably not.
Looks more like a crocodile Bundy. No, no.
Crocodile Dundee.
No, it's the wrong one.
Oh, I see it. Yeah,
To be
that's
fair,
like that.
It would
the
make more
Indiana
sense in
Jones style that I
Mexico
don't
than it
like.
would in fucking
Yeah, Indiana
Britain.
Jones.
That's what they said earlier.
Indian bajombes.
I'm just going with a monster cat.
Yeah, I probably will too.
In 400 yards.
I don't drink Monster anymore, but
Neither do I, but and my name is not Kyle.
Larson.
Turn left.
I do got a bush.
Oh.
Oh, you can
Alright.
you can reselect your pronouns.
Oh.
Or you,
Like-
in case you change your mind on a
No.
daily basis.
In case you change
One of those
it,
people.
in case you changed again. I'm surprised they didn't have like other, to be honest.
That's what they done is.
Pick a race to start the
Well,
championship.
far as
I'm
I'm concerned.
sorry, John.
Includes
I'm
attack
not-
Not in
others.
not okay. It isn't in
Oh,
in practice.
no, they have masks.
Of course they do.
Why?
GTA does. Everything
Yeah, but
does.
these are like only like.
Them also
COVID
includes
masks.
attack helicopters.
Okay, you know what's funny? Okay, so they have like the masks you wear for like the Rona, and then they have like
The Rona.
wrestling match, like wrestling.
They
masks.
have what the fuck what is that called? I just talked about it on my last GTA stream. I know exactly what you're talking about though.
El
Yeah.
Nacho Libre!
Yeah, Macho
Macho Man
I said
shit.
El Nacho
the-
Nacho
Libre.
Libre.
That I
El
saw
Nacho
like
Libre.
50 minutes of the first half of the video.
Is it good? I haven't watched Macho.
Then stopped watching it because I lost interest.
The only gloves you can get are cream mittens. Sounds
Ugh,
really
why?
weird, but
Where are the There's always fingerless gloves. Why?
Nope.
There's no. What about driving gloves that no one fucking wears? I might though. I don't like
emotes are still a thing.
sweaty hands. Yeah, not
And
surprised.
Best Mates is
Yeah,
the
whatever.
only one I have, which is the freaking TikTok thing.
Why did that Daytona just go by? Oh yeah, Daytona's a DLC
Tickle
card. in this
fight.
game.
What?
Alright, well, let's move on here to Horizon 3
TikTok
that I
thing.
just installed 5 minutes
hell are you
ago.
talking about?
I thought you said tickle.
Alright, so, let's move on to Horizon 3 here. Horizon 3 was my first Horizon. So I do have a lot of bias towards this game for it being a part of my
Personally, it's my least favorite.
recent... To be honest,
Where's
it might be
Horizon
mine
3?
too.
Australia.
Australia.
Wait, so
It did have
one
the
is
second
in
best menu
Colorado,
music, though.
2 is in France and Italy, right?
France and Italy.
And then 3 is Australia,
3 is in Australia,
Britain,
4 is in
EU,
Britain, and 5
and
is in
then
Mexico.
5 is in Mexico. Honestly, I might like the Mexico one the most.
Well, 4 is in...
If you really,
4's in
if you don't like that it's in Mexico, because it's Mexico, just close your eyes and go, it's New Mexico and Arizona. Done.
Ah, New Mexico.
Just avoid, like, the cities, and you'll be good.
Mhm.
Which is life advice, really. Just avoid the cities. Danger signs triggered. Apparently they don't like me.
They're triggered.
I've triggered 16 danger signs.
I've triggered 16 people.
I've
So-
triggered like 80 blue hairs and like get on my level.
Byron Bay level 5. Oh, I remember this stuff. I will say, this game has a lot that is good, but I'm not sure, honestly, if I prefer 4 over 3.
Let's do
There are
like
some things that I do, but at the same time, 3 was different. 4 feels like 3 in a different place, in a lot of ways.
I don't feel like
Not entirely, but like, okay, I have not played this game in a while.
Okay,
I need to
okay, hold
change
on
my
a second.
settings
Hold on a
for my
second. I'm
controls.
going to interrupt you here because I think I've just found the single best thing in Horizon 5. I've got this
Dirt
ground
track?
pick, alright?
Oh, I thought you finished like a circle dirt track.
No, but there is the F450 dually in this game, if you didn't know, Ohio. Guess what
I
you
didn't
can do
hear
with that
it,
engine?
so
You can put that
And you won't.
6.7 turbo diesel in a Crown Vic,
Oh, that's hot.
and I am
Hell
doing
yeah.
it immediately.
Hell yeah. So, yeah, I do that a lot. So let's talk about Horizon 3 here for a second. This game, graphically and audio-wise, is a downgrade. But I do like the map. I prefer the map itself, I would say. Although I don't like driving on the wrong side of the road, but...
Yeah,
I think it was
That's what I
properly
like the
diverse.
most about Mexico is I'm pretty sure they drive on the right side, correct?
They do, yeah, we're
Yes,
finally back
we're
to the
finally
road.
safe.
It is really good. I'm very impressed with this game so far.
Good, because I was a
I
little
like
bit
it.
worried that it was just going to be
NASCAR
same
21.
shit, different day.
I like it a lot, honestly.
And I'm sure it kind of is, but...
It's pretty close, but it is really good. I do like it already. Alright, so we got a 6.7 Power Stroke, mud tires.
There's muds?
Well, they're the off-road tires, but
Oh, okay. I thought there was, like, specifically a difference between, like, all-terrains and muds and stuff. So one of the things I do like about this game is the houses in 3.
they do
Just,
have
like,
houses
pretending that you could
5
have the
too.
houses, you know?
Oh yeah.
Because, I
we
mean,
do
that wasn't a
all the
feature
time.
yet, but just go into 3 and just pretend, you know, meeting up at houses and pretending like you do that.
Yeah, we
I
did
enjoyed
that all the time. That was great.
3, one of the big things about 3 compared to 2 is that it opened up the map a lot more. 2 was very closed off because of, you know, barriers everywhere. Oh, I didn't even go to the airport. The airport in 2 was pretty decent. It also had that
airport, too,
weird
was
dip
great.
that you could absolutely send it off of, which was nice. Probably better. The worst airport was 4. 4 had a terrible airport.
Yeah, that airport was pretty
Because
bad.
it was, like, bumpy and shit.
it was
that
really
not good.
bad.
What's the airport like on 5? Have you been to it yet?
Actually not too bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a
No, it's
couple,
pretty
I
long,
think.
so. Yeah, I think there's... Oh, there's one in... And then there's, like, that one by the pyramids and ruins and stuff.
Mhm.
But that's not really an airport, that's just kind of like a direct strip.
Yeah.
Another nice thing about this map was the verticality. This map had a lot of noticeable height differences.
Yeah, it
2
did.
was kind of flat, to be honest. Other than the highways, it was kind of flat. This game has a lot of... I mean, let's be honest here. 5 likes to talk about its biomes. I don't know yet, but this game had a lot of biomes. It was pretty distinct
Oh,
where
wow.
you were.
That map
This
is
You could
game
be
bigger than I
in
seems
thought
the
to
it
be-
Bay
was.
Area, you could be in the rainforest,
That's a pretty
you
big
could be
map.
in...
This game
the,
seems to be
the
pretty
Outback.
diverse in its, in like, generally what different kinds of,
Yo,
like,
3's
areas
map is
you
pretty
got.
big. Bigger than I thought it was.
3's map, well, I honestly really like 3's map. 3
It's-
might be my
it's alright.
favorite of the that I've played.
Looks like a decent
What
map.
was it, the
Do any
city
of
was-
these tracks have like
horrible.
or maps have like short tracks or anything on them?
No.
No.
They
Uh,
have to
4
do, like, a
has
vertical
that
one. They need
4
to
has
do
like
like a
mud
Florida
kickers.
version or something like
Or
Daytona
have the
Beach.
Lego expansion.
Or like
Oh, they won't.
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, if you have the
earlier.
Lego expansion, then you can play. Then you can race
Mm.
at an oval.
then
They
it
need
would
to
have
do
an
like
oval,
a Daytona
like
Beach,
a.
like East Coast kind of version. You know what I mean?
They won't. Listen, literally anything you ever ask for, they will never add.
Mhm.
I can guarantee you.
Especially if you ask for Japan.
I don't
Sure.
want Japan.
Well, everyone else does, and they're not getting it.
I would be interested. I would be interested to see what they do with it. But
I'm glad they added Mexico though.
Yeah,
Mexico's
I
pretty
guess.
cool.
I didn't. Think of
Frankly, I'm surprised they
Mexico-
haven't added LA.
I didn't think of
No.
Mexico as a like the first place that they would go, but
I was
it
definitely
makes some
thinking
sense.
Japan with the JDM
Oh, yeah.
culture and stuff.
Japan, Germany,
LA.
and LA
Yeah,
are places
not
that I'm
Louisiana.
very
just
surprised
came
they've
up
never
with
been
Germany. Germany, I
to. No,
think
why
would
the
actually
fuck
be
would they go to
cool.
Louisiana?
I wouldn't mind
Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Australia
What, for
already
squatted
kind of
trucks?
looks like Louisiana in some
Oh,
places,
yeah,
to be
no.
honest.
Yeesh.
You want to go
That
to
would
Fort
be a
Polk,
feature though.
motherfucker?
That would be
You
a
don't wanna go to
feature,
Fort
is the
Polk.
squatted trucks. If they did that.
Well, you can already do that in 4.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
You
let's
can
not tell
very
people about
minimally
that.
squat trucks.
Let's not tell people about it.
Well, I did it once to a X class because it was terrible and I wanted to make an abomination. So I just whistle and diesel the fucking truck. But I really like 3's map. I think 3 was a very It was a very diverse map with a lot of variety. Between the more distinct town driving, because to be honest, I prefer Surfer's Paradise to Edinburgh. Ooh, why they should make one in Canada.
But what kind of car?
I want to drive
around
around
what
in
they
like
have in Canada?
Yukon territory.
See, you don't have a whole lot of car culture in Canada.
Oh fuck!
Because there's not really many
Canada's
roads.
just America North.
There's long, windy roads, but there's not many of them.
And they're.
But it has Toronto. It has.
I don't think you
Yukon.
can modify cars there.
What are you gonna do in Yukon?
That makes me cry.
That's what I'm thinking. You said Yukon.
Drive around in
Salt
snow.
flats.
That's
Oh,
not
that's a
bottom.
good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the same general area.
Still.
Not at all.
Yeah,
but
lower
okay.
like Alberta, Canada, maybe. But it's got, some potential for the Rocky Mountains, Toronto, the Quebec area, Newfoundland as an expansion, perhaps.
You're not gonna
Or,
make all of
wherever
Canada.
Spears
I'm
lives.
thinking, you know how big these maps are? I'm thinking Rhode Island cannot be that big. So I'm thinking, why don't they team up with Microsoft or some shit and do the whole state of Rhode Island? Because let's
Rhode
be
Island
real,
teams up with
it
Microsoft.
ain't that big. You can do it, you know?
Ooh, I forgot about the Chevrolet SS. That's been missing. Where did that go?
It's in here, I think. The Impala? No.
No, the
the
SS.
Super Sport.
God, this car sounds like shit, though. I hate the sound of that was it the 6.2 or 6.8 liter
6.2.
V8? 6.2. This thing sounds
That's probably like a
just fucking
5.3.
terrible. Well, it's the default like LS engine that's in like every Chevy.
Yeah, I don't know if it's accurate.
Well, no, but it certainly sounds like shit. And you can swap almost every car with it, which is why I think it's CLS.
It's 6.2.
Bad too. Yeah.
6.2 is like a big block, though it's an LS, but it's like big.
So, this game introduced, I believe this was the game to introduce changing your car outside of the thing. Or was that 4?
Well, try it right
Let's
now.
find out. I will. Yeah, I'm currently selecting a car because I just don't want to hear this car anymore. I'm already sick of the engine note. Dodge, give me my Oh, I forgot about this General Lee. Yes, you can. Oh, but you have to get it delivered for 10,000 credits, which was a little bit annoying. Not gonna lie.
Unless you got all the fast travel things unlocked, I think. Then it became
Really?
free. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I have all of them.
If you knock down
Yeah,
like, all
fast
the
travel
boards or
0
something.
credits. Yeah, my fast traveling 0 credits, so I should have.
Now
all
I'm
of them. I think it's
thinking
just
they
that
did
I got more.
Australia, right? Did they do like a Mount Panorama type deal with like Brothers?
Kinda. There's a certain area where you can drive on that has like a really nice overlook to a mountain.
I know, but like, is it like a racetrack in Australia?
No,
They
don't have a
didn't
racetrack.
have a racetrack in it.
There are no racetracks in these games, unless you buy expansions.
That's stupid. They
Where
need
you
to
count
do
mud
that.
kickers. Well, that's what
Um,
Forza Motorsport's for.
Let me see.
Yeah,
if
I
there's
know,
anything
but, like,
on 5.
People, I feel like that
There
would
fucking
be.
better be at this
I
point.
feel like that would be a good lead
looking
Everyone
at
wants
the
it.
map.
because this is like, I'm not trying to be like one of those people that like video games causes violence or anything, but this kind of like encourages people just to drive on the road. Like, if you give people video games, like especially younger kids who are very easily impressionable, like if you give them the option to go on a racetrack, they're like, oh, okay, this is good, because that's what you technically
What the
want to do.
fuck are you talking about?
You know,
There's
like
a stadium.
I'm not trying to
you
feel like
going
that.
on about?
I'm not trying to be that way, but like at the same time, for legal reasons, because you know how people are. They're like, oh, we have to do this.
Play the crew.
Okay, there's
Yeah,
Say
why
that.
can't they do it like it did in the crew? Like they had those spots where you can race
Because
and stuff.
the crew is a different game, and
There's-
this game wants to focus to different people. I don't know.
Okay, so as far as racetracks, As far as racetracks,
I
there
did see
is
there was like
like
one
a road
shitty
course.
racetrack. Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, there's like
a road course.
Like a road course. No.
It's all beat
There-
down, so.
Well, yeah, it's in Mexico.
Be like this, so.
You get what you pay for.
Then what's a stadium? Isn't it just like a big circle? How's that?
It's
that
literally just a stadium.
Probably
There's
like
nothing in it.
like a
Is there not
like
a track on
like a
the
soccer
outside or
stadium.
anything?
No. But there's like.
Oh yeah, but it's a dirt. Isn't it a dirt stadium? Can't you run it like a
No.
track?
You have
I don't know.
arrived at your
Why wouldn't they
destination.
get a track inside of it? That's so stupid.
Actually, it looks like it.
Yeah, I remember seeing that in the promotional stuff. That made me excited
like
because
you
it means
might
I
be
can
able
do
to-
dirt oval stuff.
I was gonna
But
say
it's not
like,
an oval,
really
it's a
cool.
circle.
yeah, that's a piston.
Is it? Oh,
It's a
Yeah, it's
circle.
a straight circle, dude.
well,
like,
you
It
know,
is like a
it's
perfect
something.
circle.
there are tracks like that. So.
It's something, I guess.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Do I have simulation
Skill
steering on?
songs are
Good.
still
I
a
think I have
thing,
sim
by the
steering
way.
on. Skill songs?
Yep.
Oh, those are annoying. I'll accidentally switch to a radio station and it'll say, switch back to this radio station. I'm like, God damn it, I don't want to.
It doesn't tell you
Okay.
to switch back to the radio station though.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
Thank God, I was sick of that. Tell you what. So, 3 holds a very nostalgic place in my heart, but I think the 2 is probably better
I'm
for
sticking with
cruising at
3
least.
was my
I don't know,
least
because this
favorite.
map's also bigger and I think has better locations.
I'm sticking with 3 was my least
almost
favorite.
so.
Still a really good game, but it was
It
my
is.
least
They're all
favorite out of
good. I think I might prefer 3. There's just something about this. I mean, the locations were just more well developed.
We spent so much time
Surfer's
on
Paradise
it,
was a
though.
very distinct. Yeah.
like specifically
well,
like
I mean, I did too.
you and me.
But I took a huge break.
Like specifically like you and me together, we spent a lot of time on that game.
Which one? 4?
3.
Or 3? 3.
4.
I've put more time into 4.
It was alright.
by a
That was
few
when
hours.
I started transitioning into the more work and less video games kind of thing.
That's true.
And now I only really play a video game a lot right after I buy it.
Uh-huh.
Like as I'm doing now. I've been playing this for like 2 hours straight now.
Yeah. I usually play games for like 8 hours straight, but
Yeah.
you know. They hear 2 hours straight, and I'm like, what are you, that article that says, like, that where China considers internet addiction spending, like, 2 hours a day on the internet?
Yeah. And it's on
It's
a
like,
weekday.
yeah. But, I don't know, I think Surfer's Paradise is really cool.
I didn't
I
like
think-
it. I did not like Surfer's
I
Paradise.
I
liked
always loved
Byron
going
Bay.
to,
I liked
I always loved going to Cooper Petty.
I liked Cooper Petty. That was a cool
The
little
Gorge.
town with
The
the
Gorge was
one
cool.
with the one gas station.
Yes! So many meetups were organized at that gas station. That gas station is a certified hood classic.
Did we ever play that with Devin? I know he hasn't.
Yeah, once I think.
I think we tried to do like a police roleplay
I
once.
think so. Which Devin has been on the channel once. He very briefly appeared in episode 5 of the podcast.
Who?
Devin.
He's one of our friends.
Ohio forgets everyone a day after we met him.
If I saw his face, I would know him, but I don't know.
Well, you don't see anyone's face,
I know.
so... You've barely seen my face.
I know. Who are
Seen
you
your
again?
face too many goddamn times.
Alright, the volcano is erupting now.
Wait, what?
Holy shit. Have they introduced tornadoes yet? That would be so
dust
cool.
storms.
That, well,
That
yeah,
sounds
I guess
possible.
that's something.
Dust Devils.
No, dust storms. Like the Dust Bowl,
Oh, Dust Bowl.
just with sand. Sandstorm.
But the volcano is erupting.
Not by
right
Darude.
now.
That's really cool.
Can you,
It kind of is.
Can you go up to it
That's what I'm doing right now, actually.
and then blow up
It's part of a
Mount
mission.
St. Helens?
Let's get on the highway here. I haven't been on this highway in too long.
Oh man, that's a lot.
To be honest, I do kind of miss 3. I mean, before I played it again earlier,
Oh man.
I thought it was my least favorite, but after playing this again, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I haven't played it in a long time, it's kind of fresh, but the same thing can be said about 2, to be honest.
I'm still sticking with least favorite.
The nostalgia.
I think I need to wait until 5 comes out to then, you know, just to not play 4 for a long
Since
time.
I've been playing 5 for a while,
To get
5 is great. I like it already. It's really nice.
Okay, that's a good sign because I thought it was just gonna.
Well,
be
here's the deal.
I thought it was just gonna be same shit, different
new
game.
content rush. Like you're getting all this new stuff now, and it's like all this information.
Oh, I'm sure.
Well, I
a couple
uninstalled
months
NASCAR
is really
21
boring.
in the same day I started playing it, so if
Well,
it's
yeah,
shit,
that's
I'm
like
gonna
any
know.
game.
So, but I think I don't know. Coming back to it, I'm liking it. It introduced Blizzard Mountain, which was a really cool expansion.
It's Blizzard Mountain.
The NASCAR.
It was the add-on to
I wish there was an expansion. The first one, I believe. The second one was Hot Wheels, which was
Yeah.
also very cool.
It was
if not
actually
Dude,
a
they
little
should do a
gimmicky.
NASCAR thing.
They did that for Motorsport 6,
Oh yeah, and then they made it. An
and they
actual
won't do it
thing
for
in
this.
7.
I can guarantee you. I don't think you will ever see
Did they
a
add
full
NASCAR though?
licensed stock car. You will never see that.
Didn't
I
they have
guarantee.
stock cars in?
There's a stock car
In
five.
in the motorsport
There's
games?
a stock car in 5, but it's a drift car. It's like a Toyota something.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
the yeah, we already talked about that.
Oh.
It's got like a dirt track race motor, little 4-cylinder.
It's a 4-cylinder bomber.
Yeah,
type
dude, that'd
thing.
be cool. It
Yeah.
looks like a super late model. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
So that'd be cool to like race around it.
It's a drift car though, unfortunately.
Well,
so you
can
gotta
fix that.
take some time to make it
Yeah.
not a drift car.
Yeah, well, it shouldn't be
3
too
probably did have the weakest highway though,
Yes. Yeah, I would agree with that.
but it did have a pretty good airport to boot though. I don't know. I always thought that 3 looked pretty good. It just the map was good. The graphics were kind of a downgrade from 3, or from 2. But I mean, to be honest, it set the precedent for what 4 and 5 are. So, you know.
Yeah, because 2 and 1 are completely different from 3, 4, 5.
They really are.
3, 4, and 5 are kind of similar to each other.
3, 4, and 5 are a little more
What's so different about?
palatable to novices.
What's so different?
They're a
about
little
the-
more open. Gameplay, the way the campaign kind of worked. It wasn't a full-on campaign, but it was like, you know, it had a direction. The graphics, the lighting was very different.
Now, aren't there
mean-
multiple festival places in 5?
Yes. You've got to
It's
build
such a
them,
big
though.
map. I'm sorry.
You got to build them though.
Okay, Lego expansion.
Okay, that's not what I meant.
Well, yeah,
What do you
but I
mean
mean,
build
They're
them?
not. They're not always open. You got to go and open them as you progress through the game.
which is
like
similar to
3.
just how you
So
had
I
to buy
have
them.
to actually try.
Yes.
Well, you always did. That's the thing. That never changed.
Not really in 4.
Well, you had to buy them. You had to save up the money.
The festivals?
The houses function as festival sites.
Okay.
You know, to be honest, after playing this again, I reminded myself how much I did actually like. And also, I had a really sick General Lee scheme for my Hellcat. So, I missed that scheme a lot. I have a single message. Oh my god. I haven't played this game since 5/14/2020. That was the last time I played it. And before that, I had not played it since 3/17/19. I only earned 7,000 credits. I appeared in 6 races in the last, like, year. So,
Nobody plays that game anymore.
No, that's the thing. And I think they should, because it does have its own appeal. To be fair, a lot of the Outback, like the Cooper Petty area, is Colorado, but redder.
Yeah.
Because it looks a lot like just what it looks like when all the grass is dead, but all the trees are still kind of green, because they're all pines. And it's kind of rocky, you know, especially in the Red Rocks area where it's red. Don't you know? So let's do a little a race here to get an idea for that. This game, I believe, also introduced drift zones, which bugged me. I hate drift zones. I tried to avoid them at all costs. Oops, that's not the accept button. Alright, what do we got here? Bonk? Is this a, let's just do an exhibition race. Modern Muscle will run what I got here. I think that'll be fine. I don't know if this is a rally race, though, but I guess I'm about to find out. This game also introduced the wide body kits and Forza editions. I will say this game has a better menu. The menu in the new games suck. In 4 at least. The menu in 4 was terrible.
Yeah, I got my refund on it.
It's not great in 5.
But the menu in this game is a lot better.
I don't understand why you should be able to put, like, robot arms on your character in 5, but...
I saw that. I was confused.
Doesn't make sense to me, but
I think that
That'll be
turns you
interesting.
into the attack helicopter. And it's just getting you ready for it.
Starts the transition.
You maybe get the transformation.
Transformers, it's more than meets the eye. That's probably not the jingle. I wasn't born in the 80s. I don't know.
80s.
Yeah, with the original like Transformers TV show.
Oh, the original.
Cartoon.
I was gonna say that was on a movie. Okay.
No, I'm talking the old school shit.
Shit.
I need to change my camera.
Shit.
Let's do some first-person racing. First person was great in Horizon 2, especially when it rained. Although to be honest, first person's the best in the Crew 2. Especially because you could change your interiors. That was nice. You could edit the interiors a little bit. Okay, this is a rally race, and I am not equipped for that. So this game also introduced rally racing, it looks like, in terms of, like, the base game. It also introduced a lot of customization. Not really, actually.
VIP membership.
I missed that checkpoint.
Welcome pack.
What it did introduce, however, it introduced snow with Blizzard Mountain, which was cool. And one of the big things that I wanted to harp on was how it introduced something or other, but I don't remember what.
Expansion bundle. What's this?
When the expansions come out, you can buy both of them early for when they come out.
I already got
They haven't announced what they are. Okay, your brother got the Ultimate Edition.
Premium, the premium edition or deluxe edition?
Probably wants an invite.
Premium edition.
The premium
is
edition.
$100.
Yeah.
Yes, it is, but it comes with everything. And it's the cheapest way to get everything
I might get the
with the
add-ons.
game, because if you get the add-ons bundle, it's like $50 instead of $40, and if you get them all individually, it's probably closer to $60. But if you get them all individually, you also don't have to buy all of them. Although I always end up
yeah,
getting
because
all
I
of
bought the
them
game for
later
$60 with the premium add-ons is $50, so that would have been $110. Oh man,
anyway. Yeah,
I could have saved money.
and wouldn't have gotten it early.
Yeah, I could have saved money here.
And time.
Oh well. I mean, what all is on the car pass?
Cars?
Anything good?
Oh, I don't think we know yet.
Can't I buy individual cars?
So
though?
right now on the pass is Formula Drift cars and Chris Forsberg cars, which is
I saw that.
the
Okay.
stock car,
The stock car?
and
The stock car, yeah.
a 240.
The fake stock car.
Yeah.
But it's, if you remember,
But then
like there's a
there's a
bunch
welcome
of
pack as
actually
well.
pretty decent cars.
Yeah, there's the welcome pack. I have.
And then
that.
VIP membership was that good?
Gives you more money, gives you triple wheel spins.
So I just unlocked the
Get more credits.
Baja Festival. And
Ooh! Baja. I mean, this game should be playing towards Baja since it's in Mexico. It just
that was
if
what
anything
the developer
makes sense.
said they were doing.
Yeah, and again, as it should be.
Yeah.
Let's do a little bit more here. This 2 introduced bucket lists, which only really stuck around for the 2 games, and then in 4 they changed it up.
Sales
Technically
tax.
changed it up to something new.
Tax, really?
Yeah, when you buy something, it costs extra money because the government needs its change.
Government, do you really need $3.24? Come on.
Yeah, when
I'll give you
like
156. That's all I got. Come on.
Best I can do
when
is
200,000 people buy that game.
I have
That's gonna add up.
$51.56 in my Microsoft account.
Nice.
Wait, you're buying to play it?
Yeah,
now?
well, no, yes and no. I'm mostly getting it so I can get the VIP version. But yeah, I can also start playing now. That's kind of a bonus. Most.
Yeah, I don't have
paying
enough
up to
money
play now.
to upgrade.
Yeah, just mostly just. Oh, my phone is on the stream on my wheel. Wow, that's cool. Good job, James. You're real smart, aren't you?
Obviously.
Yeah, you are. I'm like looking for my phone.
I will say, I do
in my
miss the
pocket,
Jeep
legit
wagon
looking
here.
everywhere. It's
Grand
literally
Wagon.
on
I
my
miss this
Logitech
thing.
gear, like in between the paddle shifters.
So you're telling me someone might have just stolen your thing?
I also have a Capri Sun that I forgot about here, so give me it. Forgot about that.
Being 7 again.
Well, I'm almost at 1,000,000 credits.
There's
So.
Alright, well, I gotta go pretty soon. As in, like, in a minute.
Well, alrighty then. That was quick, I guess.
It's been like 2 hours.
Well, at least Ohio had 4, so we can talk about 4. And I've brought up a lot of things about 4, but 4 is so recent.
Well,
I'm not even gonna play it.
close to moving on to 4 anyway.
Yeah, I just finished 3, or I just finished a race in 3, but I had to drive that Wagoneer for a little bit because I miss it so much.
I'm thinking about buying the VIP,
It's a nice
like
slow
the whole
car.
bundle and everything.
I've bought everything for 4 and 3. I just bought them all later. So
I'm at
we
5.
do the same thing. So, alright, well, I don't know, I
I'm
really like 3,
trigger
to
happy
be
with
honest,
my
after this
gear. I just placed
I've
an order
found
for a
3
$10 gift card without even looking at my
a
bank
little bit
account or thinking at all. I have an issue with that. I need to go to like some kind of class to learn how to not spend money.
Yeah, really.
Uh-oh, something went wrong? I'm sorry? What do you mean?
Are you too poor?
What?
Or just money shift real quick?
What do you mean
Holy
something
shit.
went wrong on your end? Amazon just spent 10 fucking dollars.
When do I have to go before I can shift into reverse? There we go. Alright, well, I don't know, this game is a pretty nice car selection, to be honest, too. There's a lot of cars missing from 4 that this game has. You know, so it's still got some of its reasons, but maybe not as many as 2. 2's just so much more unique, I guess, than 3 and 4 are. So, alright, well, now that we've covered that, let's move on to Horizon 4 to wrap up here. What do you mean?
I mean, every single time I go to do anything, it says that you can't do it unless you have the VIP pack.
Well,
It's like whenever I want to
that
do
right
anything with other, like you can only play by yourself.
What?
Yes.
Maybe that's because you did it illegitimately.
Probably.
How would they know?
Because that's usually how things work.
Yeah. The same reason the ATF currently knows exactly how many firearms you own and will shoot your dog in about 10 minutes. So,
That is.
I hope
you
they
might
do.
want to buy that plate carrier. I hope so.
That bitch doesn't shut up.
I don't
I
blame
hope the
them.
ATF absolutely murks
ATF
Ohio's
literally
dog.
disguised as animal control.
Yeah, they come to, like, ask if your dog had a flu shot, and then they just fucking shoot it.
Speaking of flu shots, I'm getting mine tomorrow.
I've never gotten a flu shot.
Neither have I.
It's.
But I've also never gotten the flu, so...
Yeah, neither have I.
You know. Well, I have a bitchin' immune system.
Yeah,
If I catch COVID tomorrow, I'm gonna laugh my ass off.
Yeah.
I have a bitchin' immune system. It's bedridden for 2
How do I
days.
buy that,
2
a
weeks.
bundle version? Where the fuck did that go? Add-ons.
Oh, that cowboy hat in the game's actually not too bad.
Is it a rancher style?
It's like an actual Old West style. It's a leather, slightly curved
It's
hat.
the Indiana Jones shit, isn't it?
It's slightly curved, and the what's it called? The crown is completely round. It doesn't have any indents.
Yeah, no, you.
I don't mind it, to be honest. It's kind of Red Dead-like, I guess.
When it comes to me and cowboy hats, I have specific shapes that I like, and those that I like.
I prefer heavily curved ones, but to be honest, I can live with, you know... If a game's only got one option, I'll take it. You know what I mean? But if it had like that
where
and
the
a
hell
regular
is
cowboy hat,
the-
I would choose the regular
The
one.
add-ons version that I literally just saw. Is it not here? I literally just had it.
Go to the, like... Go to Premium Edition and then go to, like, Compatible or something. The compatible stuff or whatever it is.
Show all versions. Premium edition. Screenshots, videos, in this bundle. Expansion 1. No, that's not it. Where the hell did it go? What the hell is going on here? Oh, literally just had on. Can I not, like, go back?
Alright. Welcome to Horizon 4. Probably the longest delay.
Wait, like, actually, what the hell?
This game has
I
a
just
lot of
had on.
fluff, man. Oh, you can win the Velociraptor from the winter season. Too bad I already have one. Yeah, nothing of interest. 68 Firebird? That's different. Huh. Alright, well, let's go... Let's go to my... What's my favorite car in the game? Probably my Daytona, but I've already driven the Daytona, so let's try and find something new. The Durango was a nice addition. I was really happy to see the Durango, even if I never drive it. It's like it's still a cool addition. I have a lot of variants of the same cars for the sake of rally racing and stuff. And it is winter, so I guess I have to introduce that. So that brings up... Well, let's do my pre-runner F-150 with Hyena Agenda on the side, which is a brand of furry clothing, but that's beside the point. I thought it was really funny.
I'm sorry.
You heard me.
Unfortunately.
It's a nice 13th gen F-150 pre-runner.
There it is. Expansion.
And to be honest, if you didn't know that, you would never notice. So this game is a lot better when it comes to the off-roading. Even if it's still not as good as some other games, but like it is a distinct advancement when it comes to the off-roading capabilities. That was something that was heavily lacking in 2 especially, because 2 didn't even have really the option to off-road. I mean, there was dirt paths, but most of the roads were concealed by guardrails. Whereas 3 opened up most of the roads, and then 4 did so, probably even more. I think the only full barriers are like at the very edges of the map. But this game also has a lot more off-road options, which is odd, because it's not like there's a very big off-roading community in fucking Britain, but...
Yeah, well, no, there's the Nitro RX stuff.
I don't know what that is. But I would assume that
Rally
Australia
cross.
has more, just because Australia has so much more
Rally
rural-
cross.
You get the C8, by the way,
Oh.
Ohio, off the start.
Half the drivers in
The
Rally
C8,
cross
the
are
Bronco,
British.
and half the drivers in every foreign sport are British.
Well, it's foreign, and you know where it is?
Didn't you asked him? You asked Kevin, like on the podcast, if they have any motorsports, and now you know that. You didn't know that then. Anyway,
Who's Kevin?
no, not Kevin, Gavin,
Oh.
What's that?
my boyfriend.
Oh, your boyfriend's
Just
name is
addressed him by his
Gavin?
actual name. Yeah.
I didn't like when you said that.
Well, what else was I supposed to say?
Dude friend.
I'm not saying that.
Say it.
Okay, then if you ever somehow manage to luck into a girlfriend, you have to say lady friend.
Okay.
Huh?
That sounds normal.
Why would you? No. Who
You
says
don't
that?
call- Nobody says lady friend anymore? I say lady friend.
Yeah, if they're talking about a girl who isn't their girlfriend, sure.
I say lady friend all the time.
Well, maybe it's because you're single.
Well, yeah. Might have something to do with it.
Yeah, it might.
I'm gonna start streaming because...
Yeah, I'm gonna start a Horizon.
You know
5
what?
in a
2
minute.
hours early access?
2 hours early access.
Yeah,
Right.
buddy.
So, honest to God, Horizon 4 doesn't have a lot to say. I'm kind of bored with Horizon 4. And to be honest, I wasn't really huge on it immediately after it came out. It's a good game, but I was slightly disappointed. I almost didn't get it, but it's a Forza, so I have to. To be honest, the map's not as good as 3, in my opinion. Aqua.
I didn't mean to have it
What
on.
the
I'm
fuck
trying to
was that?
find the drag tune for my C8.
Oh yeah, this game introduced drag racing, which is pretty damn cool. That's a pretty good feature. It also introduced like the Horizon stories, which was pretty nice. But kind of
Sorry.
the style of this game, the kind of like the
Initial setup.
screen-based thing. I've never been a fan of that.
Game settings.
I don't know. I don't like it. Ooh, the Impala. The Impala
Difficulty.
SS was a new car to this game, and that one's pretty nice. Let's take a look at that real quick. I mean, this game introduced seasons. I mean, Blizzard Mountain had, winter, but that was it. This game introduced, fall, spring, and winter, as well as, technically summer, too. And that was pretty cool, to be honest. That was a pretty cool feature of the game. Even if I do remember hearing a lot of people to only play it when it's like summer and spring and fall, and they just don't play it when it's winter. But I don't know. This
Dude, they
game's still
thought-
good.
They thought I was gonna do automatic.
There's not a lot to say about this game. I mean, there's a lot of good features, but to be honest, I just feel like I already know, I already know this game in and out. There's nothing new. I'm too used to this game. Also, because it's been out since 2018. And there's been nothing to bridge that time. So that's been kind of annoying.
When we get in the game, turn off head-to-head requests immediately. I
Why?
hate that shit. Because I hate
Oh, you
it.
can do that!
Yeah.
That was so annoying when you're trying to do city camouflage.
Yeah, so now we can do it. So when you get in Aqua, you're already in, so turn that off. But I'm changing it now before I even get in the game, so just turn it off. What's Anna?
So,
That
That's the
sounds like
voice
it's annoying.
assistant
Yeah,
thing.
no, I don't want that. Voice a link. Left
So-
time decision, sure.
with that, there's not... I could have covered more with Horizon 4, but to be honest, I covered a decent amount of it before I got here. And I think it's so new, everyone kind of knows at this point. And to be honest, I just want to play Horizon 5 at this point. So, we're going to call it there. Horizon 5 will be out in approximately 2.5 hours. So, I will not be getting any sleep tonight, I can assure you that much. There was a little recap of all the Forza games.
What's
Yeah, I have
spring
every Forza
units?
Horizon.
Hey, how
I know
much
what
is it for
power
the
units
VIP
is
and all that,
in
James?
I just paid
So-
$60. VIP is $20.
VIP is like $20.
Yeah.
So, have a good one, everybody.
And doesn't VIP get you everything?